Hello friends, this is Neeraj Kumar. I welcome you on behalf of KSG to this podcast on neobanks. This is a new terminology and it has picked up only recently. The idea is to make banking very simple, convenient and meaningful. So the financial technology startups, the so-called fintechs are launching neobanks for retail customers in India. Most of them have been partnering with traditional banks and they are trying to offer better solution by usage of technology, things like artificial intelligence, machine learning, etc. We had a few neobanks that were launched earlier, but they were targeted only at the business customers and not for retail customers. Traditionally, the RBI, the Reserve Bank of India, has uh, targeted uh, the regulated the banking licenses very carefully, and it's not easy to get banking licenses in India because of multiple reasons. Hence, the offerings of neobanks or whatever services that they uh, plan to offer to the customers are built on the offerings of a traditional bank. Traditional banks have a history and a legacy, and they have technology which they would have implemented many, many years back. And sometimes it's a bit difficult to change them, and sometimes difficult to customize them for the requirement of modern day customers. However, neobanks are much more nimble. They are small, they are new, and they have technology which is very modern and latest, and they can offer solutions to customers' banking requirements. Globally, almost all neobanks offer 100% digital services, and it's growing at a very high rate of almost 40-45% in the last few years, and they're expected to grow at an even faster rate. And by 2026, Pricewaterhouse PwC is expecting them to generate a revenue of almost $400 billion. And this entire growth is driven by their low cost model, as they have very small monthly fees or very sometimes no fees on banking services. Traditional banks in India also offer digital services, but neobanks are different from digital bank accounts. Although both of them are dependent on mobile and they start with mobile technology and they emphasize on digital operating models, but are different from digital banks. Digital banks are typically the online subsidiary of a large or a regulated or established bank. Neobanks are completely online. They have no physical branches and they operate only in partnership with traditional banks. So they comply with the regulatory environment. At the same time, they are also quick and fast to address customer requirements. As of now, there are only one or two banks in India which have started full-fledged operations under the neobank umbrella. Typically, neobanks identify a problem area in banking and they offer solutions. In India, they are offering solutions around expense, forex requirements, and so on. Since they have better control on the technology, they are able to come up with solutions which suit a customer's requirement. The digital banks also offer some of these solutions, but here the technology is much more advanced and much more user friendly. For example, if a customer has some money lying in the account, the neobanks can quickly suggest on their own where to park that money to earn better returns. In the digital banking solutions, these are not proactive and mostly reactive in the sense that you have to find out by yourself what to do with that money. A very easy way or a simple way to understand neobanks is to think of them as a traditional banks with a lot of features which are user friendly, easy to operate, and up to date with the modern requirements. From India's perspective, the neobanks can lower the cost of banking, give very customizable and simple solutions, and help in better management of money and also deepen the reach of banking operations, covering more and more people who are not able to access traditional banks so far. This is an industry which is likely to grow as time passes by. Thank you.